All right, guys, we got a 2-for-1 special for you guys. We got my GOAT, John Jones, talking about Tom Aspinall, and apparently he called him an a-hole in an interview, and we have Tom Aspinall responding to John Jones. All in all, guys, I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm going to keep saying this, man. Tom Aspinall isn't ready for John Jones, and it's that simple, guys. I know he has the interim championship belt, and by law, he should go ahead and face John Jones next. But guys, if these two dudes were to go ahead and face each other this Saturday, I'm taking John Jones by unanimous decision. There's no way in hell I'm going against the greatest fighter of all time, and he's going against some young gun. It's not going to happen, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Greats will always prevail in great moments, man. John Jones is fighting at the Garden, and guys, I will guarantee you, blood will be shed against Stipe Miocic. And that's just me being honest, guys. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. You already know the deal. Subscribe to the video. 10 likes is all I'm asking for. And Tom Aspinall, take a chill pill, man. Let this guy do what he has to do and step in when it's your time. That's all I'm saying. This dude will absolutely annihilate you, man.
We're very aware of that, and we're very prepared
He's
for
just
that.
not interested. He doesn't wake up in the morning and wants to train for
you
you.
were prepared to fight Gustafsson the first
That
time.
simple.
All the questions were about Glover because he had just kind of been on the rise. And then you fought Glover, and all the questions were about Daniel Cormier. Everyone was like, what are you going to do after Glover? Now everyone's talking about another guy not named Stipe. So I guess why do you think that narrative has always followed your career? It's like fans and media never focus on the fight you have. It's always on the one they want to see next.
You know, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think what it is being so good at what I do that it's just almost never enough.
That's it, man. He's just been so dominant. He's been so dominant. Everybody knows. And you go ahead and look at the betting odds history for John Jones. It shows clear as day. He is going to be the dominant fighter going against every one of his opponents.
I'm very aware that that the Tom Aspinall is like.
So you have to look up what's up next for him. Who's the next guy?
And it's just the way that it is with me. When I win, there's always an excuse. Well, oh, he really wasn't that well-rounded, or, yeah, it's an interesting place to be in, and it's hard to compare to any other fighter.
That's what happened when you're one of the greats, man.
In our sports history has ever had to
and
deal
when
with
you're
it.
the great.
I just beat Cyril Gane, and we can go back in a time machine and hear the way that people talked about Gane.
Had a whole country of France behind him, man. Everybody was hyped up about Cyril Gane. After John Jones did what he did to Cyril Gane, we haven't heard about him, man. But before that, that hype for Cyril Gane was absolutely amazing. You go ahead and look at that Francis Ngannou fight. The hype for it was good, even though those two dudes barely said much for the press conference and barely hyped it up. You go ahead and look at the John Jones versus Cyril Gane fight. It was a good, hyped up fight. But after John Jones did what he did, he's been hush. He's been a no-show.
His athleticism and his speed, and
Facts.
what he did to Tyson.
Debate it if you want. Facts.
And then as soon as I beat him, he's like, oh, well, he wasn't that, or he's this, and so it's a very interesting place to be in, and it just is what it is.
John, with that narrative, you've obviously been having a little bit of fun with it in the lead up to this fight. You're saying quack, quack on Twitter, addressing the duck things.
All right, guys, I'm about to roll up real quick. Let me go ahead and do my thing.
What are they reading wrong about this situation?
Okay, so I feel like narratives have been created that just truly aren't there. You can't duck a man that you were never scheduled to fight. It's like saying you got turned down by a girl who you never even hit on. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
all right, John Jones, that didn't hit. That didn't hit. That's been John Jones' problem, man. His talk game has been weak, man. His talk game, it just has that. It doesn't have that oomph to it. It doesn't bring that excitement. Even when he tries to be funny, it just isn't funny. Why don't John Jones have that feature? Why can't John Jones make you laugh? I don't understand that about John Jones. I thought he would be a guy with some. When I first seen John Jones, I thought he would be a funny guy. But when you really hear him and really just listen to him, he's boring. He's just really good at shit and fighting.
And Hunter have never sat down and talked about Tom Aspinall. He's never been on my radar.
Oh.
Never. Just a moment ago, it was him and Sergey that was fighting.
Let me hear that
about Tom
again.
Aspinall.
Him and Dana, what?
He's never been on my, and Hunter have never even hit on. You know what I'm saying? It's like me and Dana and Hunter have never sat down and talked about Tom Aspinall. He's
So him, Dana, and Hunter are having they definitely are having conversations. I can see why Dana is going crazy with the John Jones GOAT conversations, because Dana wasn't really going that crazy about John Jones like that. Now I can see why. They're
never
sitting
been on my
down and
radar.
chopping it up.
Never. I mean, just a moment ago, it was him and
I
Sergey.
mean, I
that
knew
was
that,
fighting.
but I didn't know they were like
Sergey
sitting
could
like
be in this
that.
position right now, and I would still be in the same place of I've beat people my whole career, and once I beat them, like the show just goes on. Like
Diminish.
the French fans were just all over my case, and I just beat their guy, and I find myself constantly in the same position of, oh wow, he just beat another guy. Like what's next? You know what I mean? Like when I beat Glover Teixeira, he was on a 20-fight winning streak. And you beat
Which was
Glover,
crazy.
and everything just moves on. So for me personally now, it's just like
Glover didn't have that hype behind him. You know, it was just another guy that was just on a win streak. That's just all it was. And that's what I believe Tom Aspinall is, the same exact thing as Glover.
get that Tom is an exciting fighter. I get that finally after 16 years, we found somebody who's 7 years younger than me and 30 pounds bigger than me. Like we finally found someone who may give me a great challenge.
Whoa.
And everyone wants to see it so bad, but
Whoa.
for me, it's like,
Hold on, John. This is my problem with John Jones sometimes, man. This is why I need you to be delusional. Why are you admitting that this dude is 30 pounds heavier than you and younger than you? You're kind of admitting a little bit that he could beat you. Am I reading too much in between those lines? That's what it kind of says a little bit, John Jones. I need you to be delusional. I know that you know this info, but you don't need to tell the world and display this info. Go ahead and say something different. You can go ahead and say, look, I will go ahead and annihilate Tom Aspinall any time of the day. I will go ahead and leave this guy into a bloody pulp. I will go ahead and dominate this jobber. But I just can't go ahead and wake up in the morning and I feel like I want to go ahead and do a full training camp for this guy. I'm going to be genuinely honest with you guys. Even though you're genuinely lying in your heart, make up a lie. Do something that's a little bit more interesting. I know. Damn, John. Come on.
what is it? What's in
Wake
it for
up.
me? He
I
changes
thought this was going to be spicy. Where's the part where you called him an a-hole?
nothing if I beat him. Beating Tom is just like beating
Come on, John.
Cyril Gain. Has a whole country behind him. He's hot right now. What happens to me after I beat him? Nothing changes for me.
We heard that already.
So I'm not ducking Tom Aspinall. If I failed to fight Stipe, I would be ducking Stipe because we contractually have been signed up to fight over a year ago. This is Stipe's position.
No, you're ducking Tom Aspinall, and I fully respect it. You're ducking, though. I'm not going to act like you're not ducking. You're ducking Tom Aspinall. I would do the same thing, and if I'm your position, I don't need to go ahead and accept this fight. I will respectfully decline your fight. Be honest with you guys. I'm ducking him. Why don't you, this is what, if you're going to be honest all the way. That's all I'm saying. Be honest all the way. Don't half step it. Be honest all the way. Really troll them. Really get under their skin. Yes, I'm ducking them. Be honest. If that's going to be the case.
Came out of nowhere. He won a belt, and now suddenly I'm ducking him.
If that's
I've
gonna
never
be the
had
case,
negotiations to even fight
might
him,
as
if
well.
this makes sense. So the fans are just ignoring it. They're ignoring all logic, and they just have finally found someone that they think can compete with me, and everyone wants to see it now.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking,
Ooh.
he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants
For
to
the
see
bread,
me really
would you do
challenged,
it?
then I get it. Right? Like I said, 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me. Right?
Again with that.
I get it. It's like, wow, this John's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that.
Again with that. Stop that, man. We don't need to go ahead and say that this dude is younger and bigger than you.
I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me fight Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Would you want to see me challenge Tom Aspinall? Wo Why not fight against Pereira?
Diminish him. Say that, okay, call him younger and bigger. Say that he's mentally weak. Just throw out a false narrative if you got.
A guy who's the same
John?
age as you, and we walk around the same exact size. Right now, I had to eat a big breakfast because I'm getting underneath 235. Pereira walks around at like 240.
I don't care.
And he has magnificent accolades. Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight the, I'm going to call him this, fight the nobody. That.
There we go, John. Give him a little bit of a name call. Talk your ish a little bit. Damn. Call him a nobody. Keep going. Develop a little bit more on the name calling.
Maybe
That's
more
what I'm
dangerous.
talking about.
Or
I
fight.
want to be a coach with the whole talk game press conference thing, or your PR coach, whatever you want to call it. But damn, John, come on now. There we go. Let's work.
Fight the guy with all the accolades, who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect your legacy. Me beating Cyril
That's
Gaines didn't
facts.
change anything for me. Just gave me a few more millions. And it would be the same for Tom Aspinall, where when
That's
you look
facts.
back and it's like, John just beat Alex Pereira. It's bigger. It's just much bigger. And anybody who can't understand that logic,
That's
simply
facts. If Alex Pereira beats John Jones, let's say we're in the world where Alex Pereira takes care of business and knocks out John Jones, does what he has to do. He wins the fight. Boom. Alex Pereira will be cemented basically as the GOAT in a lot of people's eyes. Forget Khabib, forget all these dudes. This dude, Alex Pereira, will be considered the GOAT. So this is a win for Alex Pereira if he beats John Jones. And if John Jones beats Alex Pereira, this is a win for him because this is add another huge name to his resume. The resume matters, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and get a job in real life, people are going to look at your resume and they're going to base things off your resume. And John Jones just wants to build his resume to be truly cemented as the GOAT. And that's why he's going for Alex Pereira. He wants no conversation to be like had anymore about Khabib, about Islam, any guy. He wants the conversation to be him to be the true GOAT of the UFC.
doesn't want to.
Last one for me. The gloves. It looks like we're switching back to the old UFC gloves after these new ones came in June. Do you have any thoughts on that? Are you excited about using the old gloves? And what is your opinion on that?
I'm really excited about the old gloves. I got sent a pair of the new gloves several weeks ago. I tried them on and I thought they were tight. I used to fit in XL, and then the new glove I had to put on the 3XL. The shape, curving your hands like that, they were very uncomfortable.
Boy, Dana White flew quick to change those gloves for John Jones for sure.
For me, and I was actually really stressed thinking about how am I going to go into fight week wearing these gloves that I don't even
Oh, Dana for
wanna train
sure
in.
made that change.
So when I got a phone call recently, Hunter said, you know, everyone on this card are veterans. Why put a bunch of vets in a new glove? Let's give you guys all what you're used to. It was a major relief to my coach, Brandon, who wraps my hands. It was a major relief to me as well.
Oh, I can't show the camera.
John, yeah, to your right. So Dana calls you the greatest fighter of all time. Many people agree with that. I agree with that. That said, a lot of the other GOATs in other sports, Tom Brady, Usain Bolt, Simone Biles, those kind of people, they kind of sidestep the GOAT talk, but you like embrace it, and you'll be online and you almost seem insulted if anybody says someone else is. Like, why is it so important?
All right, let's get to the Tom Aspinall talk.
Massive officers differently. Yes, I walk around my way for myself because it's a really special thing, and people want me to do.
It's he doesn't deserve the fight me statement. When you compare his career at this point to when you got a title shot, he has more wins, more stoppages, more wins against ranked opponents, more main events. He's got the interim title. So what is your...
There we go, John Jones. Nod to all that. And I want to hear you say, I don't care. That sounds cute and all, but it still doesn't fit the narrative. That's just it, guys. I'm sorry to be on. I'm sorry to sit here and not give you the answer that you guys want, but he doesn't fit the narrative for me. Tell him.
response to people saying, like, not that you take it Alex Pereira. I mean, gosh, the guy's amazing.
Right.
But Tom doesn't deserve me comment.
Well, maybe I didn't phrase it right. Maybe I didn't phrase it right. You know, the truth is he does deserve many great things in his life, and I wish him to have a magnificent UFC career. I really do. I have nothing personal against Tom. So maybe I shouldn't have said that he doesn't deserve, because he does deserve great things. What I'd like to see him do is go on and have a great career. You know, so many times
he's
people
trolling.
like to just try to go straight to the top.
He's
You know?
trolling.
And if we're in a business setting where he is and where I am, he wouldn't even be crossing paths with me. He wouldn't even be talking to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Wow. Basically, he's saying that John Jones. He's saying he's a jobber. Literally, John. If you had to compare this to a totem pole, John Jones is the lion, and you look at Tom Aspinall. He's the freaking no. You look at it from the totem pole's point of view. John Jones is the Pope, and this dude freaking Tom Aspinall is the knight. It's levels to this. I'm the Pope. I'm the highest you can get to this, man. I'm higher than the king and the queen. I am the freaking Pope of this. That's what he's saying.
It's not about what Tom deserves or don't deserve. I believe it's what I do deserve. And after this many years with this company and all the work that I've put in, I believe I'm at a place where I deserve to be able to say, I don't want to fight that guy. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy. And that's why I'm be more than
Don't say that. 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 You not. Don't. Keep it in a place where Dana White, he offers you a fight, and you just say yes to it. Why are you putting out there to where people know where you're in a point where you are declining fights? Yes, you're doing that. That's fine, you're doing that, but don't let the world know that you're doing that, John. Why? You don't got to let the world know that you're doing that. Let the world know that you've been a company man, and I've been doing nothing but accept fights my whole entire career. This helps your legacy. Why did you say this?
To relinquish the belt. I don't feel like I need that
Am I
heavyweight
tripping?
championship of the world. I feel like what I've created for myself is almost bigger than belts. To take a step back and say, hey, you become the heavyweight champion. Go ahead and let's see you become a 17-time champion.
No. What are we talking about, bro? John, you need that gold around your waist. What are you talking about? We ain't doing this. You doing this without the gold. You gonna give him what? For the free? Just give it to him? Here, just have it. My gold that I want in my prized possession. Why do people act like the belt doesn't matter anymore? Why do people trying to go ahead and act like the belt doesn't mean ish anymore? Like Sean Strickland, for an example. Look what how he tried to diminish the belt. Look how John Jones trying to diminish the belt right now. Look how GSP diminished the belt. Why we acting like the belt don't matter? Get that gold around your waist and keep that gold around your waist. This lets people know that you're the king. This is the symbolism of that you're the king. Like,
Yeah. Or let's see you even beat Stipe's record. That's going to be hard for anybody to do. But what I do feel like I deserve is
what's
the ability
Stipe record? I don't know.
take a step back
Let's
and
Google
say,
it.
hey, either I retire or I start fighting fights that make sense to my legacy. And Alex Pereira is the only fight right now that makes sense to my legacy. A guy who's young and my age and active still, and have something worthwhile to me. Fans around the world, a lot of people really want to see me lose. They really want to see me lose. To see me walk away with all the chips, just
8 title defenses. I don't know if that's what he's talking
I'm glad
about.
to be in this position.
How many
to
title
walk away with
defenses
all
he
the
had?
chips. Yeah, at the end of the day, Pereira's worth risking it for me. I don't know how many ways I can say it, but he just doesn't have the titles. You know, he can have finishing rate.
John is too much of a nice guy, man. It's not really eye-catching. What he's saying right now, it really can go ahead and get the fans to really root for Tom Aspinall and really want John Jones to lose. Right now, I'm rooting for John Jones because I know what's up. I know the top game isn't his game. But I need him to do better, man. I need him to do better. He's holding his fort down. He's doing what he needs to do to get in and get out. But man, I need you to do better and make this more entertaining.
High finishing rate and all
Right
that type
now,
of
you're
stuff,
just getting people
he doesn't
reason to
have
like
titles.
Tom
I mean, you
Aspinall
have
more.
17 world titles.
If that's gonna be the case,
It
Let
only
it be
makes
all
sense
the
to
way.
fight somebody on your level.
Let it be all the way.
And Tom Aspinall and Alex Pereira are not on the same level. Maybe they're both excited. They have the same excitement level, but when it comes down to what they are doing, they're not on the same level. And so for me, when I have
Yeah,
belts and
that's
I have
facts, though. That's facts.
money and all that type of stuff, I'm looking for
That's
the
facts.
legacy stuff. Tom doesn't give that to me. Hype, I would shut up hype, but I've been doing that my whole life. Is shutting up hype. Me selfishly, I want legacy. That's what I want.
Look at Alex Pereira's been fighting nothing but champs since he got into the UFC. Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland, Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prohaska twice, Jamal Hill, up and coming rising star in Khalil Roundtree.
John, down here to your right. I know you're. Sorry. I know you're undecided on.
Get your words together.
It seems with each passing interview, you're flip-flopping one way or the other. But if you could reflect on your career, do you have any regrets, or do you think everything has panned out the way that it was supposed to pan out?
I have many regrets. But at the end of the day, I'm very aware that the man that I am today has turned out to be a pretty solid human being, individual, team player.
Oh man, people are going to go ahead and chew on what you just said, bro. You know the woman beater comments are instantly raging right now. You know the steroid comments are instantly raging right now, bro. You know the gay comments are instantly going stupid right now.
Neighbor.
The
I mean,
ducking comments. There's so much narrative
really
you can
proud of
say
the
just
man
off
that I
what
am
he
today.
just said.
And I think everything that you go through in
This whole
life, it
entire
shapes
interview.
you. And I wouldn't have the wisdom that I have today if I hadn't gone through some of the things that I've gone through. So today I'm a very, very proud man of who I am today. And yeah, it's been a great career. I'm not sure if I answered your question. And as far as retirement, the idea for me is to go out there and beat Stipe. You know, how rude of us is it to just be completely looking past Stipe already? So the main goal is to get past Stipe. And if I can do it in a really dominant, devastating fashion, then the desire in my heart would be like, okay, now it's Alex Pereira. And if the UFC doesn't want that to happen, because ultimately it's the boss's decision, then it won't happen. And I'll just move on with my life.
Damn, he'll call it quits after that?
But that's one of the ways I look
Alex
at it
is
is
literally the only guy
rather
that he's saying
lose
that's
me
left for him.
or get one more super
Is
fight.
Alex Pereira
And
calling for this fight? I've heard Alex Pereira at all talk about it.
the only super fight that makes
Where's
sense
the asshole
to me,
part?
not to
Am I the
everyone
one
else,
that's
to me and
interested
my
in that?
team, is Alex
No,
Pereira.
no Diddy when I say that
And
too.
what would you say is your favorite moment of your career?
That
Favorite
sounded
moment in the
crazy.
career would be back in 2011. The way that I felt in Newark, New Jersey. Well, you budger, look at you.
Me or him?
You.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you. So my question is the question you have faced earlier, like years before. I just wanted to ask this on your, like, not the final chapter. I really hope it's not final chapter for you in Octagon, but maybe in the middle of your final book. So the question sounds like this: are you a bad guy trying to be good, or are you a good guy trying to be bad? How
Same question?
would you
What,
answer
am I tripping?
this question right now?
So I've answered that question before in the past.
Yeah,
It was
what
pretty
the hell?
violent.
Yeah, no.
But I'll elaborate on that question. Some people are not going to want to hear this, but in the Christian
Alright, let's get straight to the Tom Aspinall
is
part.
one of sin, darkness.
So thank you, John.
Thank you.
It's been great. It's like your answers have seemed really honest, and it's like, yes, Alex Pereira, from a business standpoint, makes more sense than Tom. And I also thought it was great that you were like a guy 7 years younger, 30 pounds heavier. You know, like I get it why fans want to see it, and maybe some fans want to see you lose, but I also think fans just want to see you like really challenged. Like they see you as like you're this greatness, and we
No,
want to
the
see.
fans want to see him lose. That's just what it is. They don't want to see him challenge. They don't give a damn about seeing him challenge.
Greatness challenge. Like a lot of people, their favorite fight of
Oh,
yours
yeah, they want to see him
is
challenge
Alexander
too,
Gustafsson,
but
you know? So
losing is
is
mainly
there
the
still a
part
part
of
of
it.
you, like as a competitor, that is drawn at all to that? Like I hear everything that you're saying, but I also like, and maybe that's just something about like getting older and what you've accomplished in your career. But I think that's why people want to see it. It's like they see it as like this great challenge. They want to see greatness challenge. Like, does that entice you at all still?
There's a part of it that does, but if I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying.
Why the hell did you say that? That should be the absolute opposite reason. Since he is an asshole, you might as well do business with him so you could go ahead and shut him up. That's why you go ahead and get into the fight business. Am I going ahead and reading the room wrong? I mean, I get what did you say? Did I read it wrong?
Does, but if I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying.
Okay.
And obviously, you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot. But he's just an asshole. You know, with his.
Sound like you sound like a Caucasian. He's just an asshole. He's just an asshole. He didn't say
you know,
what.
he's 30.
He's an asshole. You know, say asshole with some. Man. Tom Aspinall is a pure asshole, bro. That's just what it is. No, like
So
he
he's
ain't
from
saying
this
what.
influencer generation where you hop online and the T-shirt sales and all that. I'm past that type of stuff. I'm like, bro, if you had a
I
little bit
can't
more
put this on
respect, then
camera.
maybe we could have worked something out, you know. But I just don't even want to do business with him. You know, at the end of the day, this is a business, and fighting me gives him an opportunity to change his life forever. And I don't even want to give him the opportunity. Like he just played his cards wrong with me personally. And you know, I'm 3 years from being a 40-year-old grown man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the press conference, going through the whole shebang with him. I'd rather not do. Pajeda on the other side, respectful, cool, barely says much.
Doesn't speak English. What the hell?
It's like I'll do business with you. I would risk it all with a human being like you. You actually have the accolades to back up your shit. This other guy is just a big mouth who's hot today. There's been so many guys who's hot today who are just gone.
And this is only gonna fire up Tom Aspinall. This is all John Jones is doing. You think Tom Aspinall is not in the gym right now, working 10 times harder after what John Jones has said? You crazy, boy.
You know, Sergey was in the same position not too long ago. Now he's starting to fall off already. I've just been around this sport too long to give a big mouth who's hot today the opportunity. All right, guys, thank you so much.
All right, let's hear what my boy Tom Aspinall has to say.
Consider yourself a champion. He's not a champion.
So John said I need to fight more champions, but this is the problem I've got. John is the champion, and he won't fight me. And he says that he won't fight me because it's too much of a gamble.
Aspinall to me is no difference than an Owen St. Prude or Dominic Reyes or Anthony Smith. Like just another.
Oh, that's a shot.
They're up and comer that's exciting right now, and I'm not into gambling.
St. Bruce and Anthony Smith were exciting fighters at a point.
My legacy for what's exciting.
And John, if you're not into gambling your legacy, that to me sounds like you're scared of losing against me.
All right, such a burn. What a walk-off. Okay. All in all, guys, road to 500 subs. Like the video, subscribe. John Jones could have said some things better, but it was all right. It's your boy Fede Too Sweaty. Come on.